Now, today we are continuing with similarity, as you can see there, the heading. And yesterday we stopped at angle positioning. I think everybody remembers we stopped at angle positioning. And we saw two examples. We saw one example and shapes which were separate. And then we looked at shapes which were combined. Now, before we proceed, we want to remind ourselves about combined shapes. Now, when we have angle positioning, I've got example down here. Yeah, and we have two shapes which are combined like this. There are some technicalities which we must follow in order for you to be able to separate the two into a proper way. Okay. Now, the way to do the separation of the triangle, are you there? I was still explaining the best way to do the separation of a combined triangle is to follow some technical rules. And the technical rules are the ones which I've written basically for you to remember, not to keep reading. You read once and remember whenever you find a joint shape. Look at number one, never split the shape into two triangles. Never split the shape into two triangles. What do I mean? Here, it looks as if we have got two triangles. One is this one is this one. Are we together? You are not allowed to say, cut here. You're not allowed to say cut. To say this is one triangle and this is another, you're not allowed. That's the rule, is not there. So you cannot split here, no. Number two says, take the full outer triangle as your bigger triangle. So when you look at the two shapes here, rule number two, you have to take your outer triangle to represent to a bigger triangle. Now, how will I know that? Let me give them letters. If this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, it means my outer triangle would be A, B, C. Do you agree?
B and C. Yes.
And rule number three. One of the two inside can be the smaller triangle. So one of the two inside can be the smaller triangle. They do not tell you that this tiny one must always be the smaller one. No, 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 no. Sometimes this tiny one is the smaller triangle, or sometimes the bigger one is the smaller triangle. Bearing the fact that the whole big one outside is the bigger triangle. Number four, to identify the smaller triangle, check the marked equal angle. Normally, when you are given two triangles inside each other, they give you a marked angle. Now, this is one mark, represent equal with this one mark. Now, to know which mark is for bigger triangle and which one is the smaller triangle, you look at the beginning of the mark till the end of the mark. You realize if the mark starts from the outer line and it goes until the outer line, that mark will always represent the bigger shape. So, if that one represents the bigger shape, means it has already been used. It means the remaining mark will always represent the smaller triangle. So, if this is the remaining mark, it means the smaller triangle will be this one. Are we together? Because this angle is representing here till there. So it means this is our smaller triangle. So that is how we manage to identify which triangle is the small one and which triangle is the bigger one. Then they tell you, number five, you must identify the second equal angle, because this is the first equal angle, and we have got two unmarked angles. So in order to identify the second equal angle, we have to find the corner that is fully shared by both of the triangles. if this is the bigger triangle, and if this is the smaller triangle, and if you have marked, your letters, you will see the letter A and the letter A, you will see the letter B and the letter B, they are repeating. But letter B can never be the same because letter B for big one is already consisting the other angle. So letter B can never be equal. But instead, letter A is not marked anything. So we take letter A to be the equal angle. Are we together? So after knowing, then you will be able to know if this is the bigger A, this is the smaller A, this is the bigger B, this is the smaller B, this is the bigger C, that is the smaller C. We can repeat this to the second shape. Now, when you look at the second shape, rule number 1, you can never split. So then rule number 2 says you must take the whole shape to be your bigger shape. And if I name this is P, Q, R, S, means this is P, Q,
and
R. And the equal angle for the big shape, it is not this one, no, because this one starts here, stops here. It means it does not start from the outer line and the outer line. It starts from the outer line and the inner line. It means this one will be the corner for the bigger shape. Why? Because it starts from the outer line until the inner line. And they say, to get the inside the triangle, you must take the angle. So if this angle is for the bigger one, then this angle is for the smaller shape. So our smaller shape will be this one. There. That is Q, R, S. Are we together? Then after identifying the smaller shape, then we can be able now to find the second equal angle they are sharing. Again, look at the letters. Which letters they sharing? Q, R. Q, R, Q, R.
R.
Good. But Q already has an angle, so Q is dead. R has nothing, so R will be our second equal corner. That's how we have to know to identify the shared corners so that we are able to do the question. If I call this A, I will call this one small a because of the angle positioning. Is that correct? If I call this B, I will call this one B. And if I call this C, I'll call this one C. I just wanted to repeat this part so that I make it clear when you are trying to repeat to do the questions so that you are able to identify which ones are the mixed ones. But remember, I am still on angle positioning. I said shapes can be inside each other. Do you agree? But not all the time shapes can be inside each other. Sometimes shapes are joined, but from the outside. Sometimes shapes are joined, but from the outside. What do I mean from the outside? Like this.
Network bandwidth is low.
Like that. You can see the two shapes are joined. Do you agree? And these two shapes, they are joined using angle positioning. Because we are marked one angle. This is the one angle is marked.
Yeah.
Good. Then your job is to find out what is the second equal angle. And it is very easy. When you look at the law of triangles that says vertically opposite angles, that law of vertically opposite angle means for this X, vertically opposite angle means this angle and this angle, they must always be the same. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Vertically opposite. They must always be the same. Then once you know that, it's easy. These two, capital A, these two, small a. Nothing on double mark, capital B, nothing on double mark, small b. Finally, C, we see. Who has not understood?
No one.
So, triangles can be joined in two ways, inside each other and across each other. And when
So
they
you
are,
give us notes by that, yeah?
yes, I will give you notes by that. Now we are discussing. So,
Alright.
so that means even if they draw like a butterfly, even if they draw like a butterfly, we don't care, right? What we should care is there one marked angle? If there is one marked angle, then these are angle positioning. Then these are angle positioning. Why?
Positioning.
Because of the vertically opposite
Vertical
angle.
opposite.
So if vertically opposite
Vertical
means I know
opposite.
this and this are equal, and if this and this are equal, automatically I will know which side can take the bigger formula A and which side can take the bigger formula B. Are we together on that? So if I give this
Yes.
capital A with 2 marks and nothing, 2 marks and nothing will be there. If I call this one B, B will be there because 1 mark and 2 marks. 1 mark and 2 marks. And automatically, the remaining one will be C. Are we together? So
Yeah.
that is my
Yes.
conclusion now about angle positioning. Now, let's move on to parallel sides, right?
Positioning.
We looked at the parallel sides. Because I remember we said, when we are looking at